Check this and make sure we good. It say we live. I just got to make sure real quick. Coming back with a banger. Yeah, boy, let's what they say. Let's get into it. It's about to be some showing us stuff. All right. Yeah, the audio sounds pretty good to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got a show for y'all. So as you guys know, Stephen A. Smith has been in the news lately, and it hasn't been anything good. So we're gonna jump into that thing today. We have Tina and Ma Dukes. Let me go ahead and unmute their mics. Let them come on in the room. Hey, what's going on? What up? What up?
What's happening?
What's up? What's up? Come on in.
Hopefully y'all should be able to hear him. I need to be able to hear him too. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So first of all, are y'all familiar with Stephen A. Smith?
I am not.
Okay. And
I guess you could say a little bit,
a little bit. Okay.
like a
So
tink.
Stephen A. Smith is he's a popular. Hold on, let me mute that a little bit. We can hit outside. All right, yeah. So Stephen A. Smith is a very, very popular guy. He's on ESPN. He normally talks about sports, anything around sports. But as of recent, I don't know if his podcast has been around like maybe a year or two, but he normally talks about pretty much everything up under the sun on his podcast. A lot of political topics, and sometimes he talks about people, both men, women, and let me just go ahead and put this out. He don't care what race you are. Normally, from what I've heard, he talks about everybody, but one particular group has basically felt some type of way about what he has been saying. All right. So before we get into it, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my opinion on the matter. I'm like this. I think that everybody have a difference of opinion, and I don't fully agree with anybody 100% of the time. But I will say that there are people out there that I'm not going to say that I probably don't necessarily like too much. But if they say something that I do agree with, then listen, I'm not one of those people that's gonna be like, I don't really like them, so I can't write. If it's true, it's true. If it's a fact, it's a fact. It can be again a guy or a woman that I don't necessarily agree with, but if she says something that like, yo, they asked me about, yo, she was speaking facts. I actually do agree. I do think that they shouldn't be allowing the LGBTQ community or things about the LGBTQ community to be taught in schools. If she say something like that, I agree with, even if I don't like her. That's just me. Again, you got some people that's just too far on the left side that just don't necessarily rock with it or whatever. Or if you say something about a group, they feel some type of way. But I don't know, man. I guess that's where my opinion and my views differ from a lot of people out there. Oh, okay. I see Tina actually muted herself. All right. So with that being said, now we can go ahead and jump into the content and hopefully I'll be able to dissect this thing. Um, does anybody have anything else that they want to, I don't know, maybe to add to or to say about this topic before we actually get into it? Because I've been trying to save my thoughts before I actually watch anything about this.
Well, I mean, I don't. I like I said, I don't know the guy. I'm not really big on politics, really.
Mhm,
I have an opinion about different stuff or whatever the case may be, and that's anybody.
mhm.
Given the topic or whatever is presented before them, I can chime in, give my opinion on what's being said or whatever the case may be. But I don't know the guy. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard anything on what he talks about.
I respect that.
Yeah, like I said, I only know a little bit about him, like a teeny weeny bit, and some of the stuff that I've come across that he has elaborated on, I agree with. Sometimes I don't, but I don't want to get too far in it. But if you're in school, educate on what makes sense in the world. Like, I don't know, I feel like that topic really doesn't, it's like a social cue. It's not really anything to take with you per se, but I feel like there's other topics that would be a little bit more important to teach in the school system.
Oh yeah, and he didn't say anything. This isn't about that. That was just me just throwing something out there as well about talking about that. Yeah, y'all just throwing
Okay.
something out there. But
That's
this
what I was
right
getting ready to
here,
say. I need to hear what he got to say before I, elaborate or give my 2 cents into it
yeah.
about
So
whatever,
here,
topic it is.
all right. So this right here, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip. Can y'all see it up on y'all screen or whatever?
Yes, I can see
Well,
it.
I'm driving, so I can't see nothing at the moment.
All right, well, all right, I'll go ahead and play it.
I'll
You
peep
good?
and
Don't,
see
don't
right
yeah,
quick.
don't no, don't. You good? You good? You good? You good? You can just listen. You good? All right, here we go. This is the video that sparked everything up right here.
Sports analyst and political commentator. Smith has established a recurring public pattern of disparaging commentary directed at prominent Black women across politics, sports, and media. Such commentary reinforces harmful narratives, undermines the fair and respectful representation of Black women in public discourse, and stands in direct conflict with NABJ's long-standing commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of Black communities.
The systems and the people whose choices make your jobs harder. We are here to defend the truth. And that means telling it even when the truth makes our friends uncomfortable, especially then. So to everyone whose name was called tonight, hear this award for what I believe it should be. Not simply a thumbs down, but a call to do better. The door is open. The conversation is available and the opportunity to change is real. But NABJ will not be silent. Not in this moment and not on my watch. There can be no revolution without accountability. There can be no accountability without courage. And there can be no Black journalism that is worthy of its history if we are afraid to speak truth to power.
Stephen A. Smith, sports analyst and political commentator.
All right, so forgive me
Smith
while
has
I try
established
to
a
picture what just happened. So the NABJ just gave Stephen A. the thumbs down award. And again, I'm putting this all up, trying to sum it all up because they feel like, based on the things that he's been putting out there over the years, he's been speaking down and talking down to a certain community, and I'm guessing mainly Black women. And so with that, they came up with an award. They had an award ceremony or whatever during this award ceremony or whatever, and they gave him the thumbs down award because they feel like, based on, I guess, some of his political views or whatever, based on some of the things that he has said, um, that they felt like he deserved this award. Now, we got a few other videos that we're going to watch, and some of the videos I have seen, some of them I haven't. But do y'all have anything that y'all want to say about this thus far? I'm gonna see if I can pull up other videos of what they are speaking about.
I'm just baffled by how much time some people have. Like, you just came up with this association, this crazy award, but how are you, I guess, negating the narrative that he's given, or even just ignoring him? If what he's saying isn't true, then why does it bother you? What he is saying is true, then it's still, I don't know, it's still an opinion. I just don't understand. I don't understand what's going on.
Okay. Ma, you have anything that you want to say? I'm gonna try to figure. Well, I did find a clip of him speaking about one of the public people that I guess these people are vouching for, which is Jasmine Crockett. And we can just listen to some of it if you want to kind of, I guess, give us.
I have another just to say he's a journalist, right?
Mhm. Right.
This is his job to stir up. I mean, like, that's it. That's all. We can continue.
Mom Dukes, do you have anything that you wanted to let me there we go. I got you. All right. Yeah, you have anything that you wanted to say before we play this little
Well,
clip?
the way my brain works is that I have to be focused on what was said, but I'm trying to focus on this highway, on this road. So I would have to say replay that clip back so I could fully hear it, because I had to wire my windows up, with the noise around. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, you good. Did you hear what I was
being
saying though?
said.
I tried to sum it up because it's hard. I think it's hard for anybody to hear. So I tried to sum it up. What was said? Yeah, it was kind of hard to hear on all these platforms or whatever. But I can play the Jasmine Crockett clip real quick.
Okay, because I've heard about her. I know a little bit about Jazz. I've read up on some of her stuff, so I know her a little bit.
I don't.
Oh, are you familiar with Jasmine Crockett, team?
I don't think so. I'm gonna just go ahead and say no. If I see her face, nah, never mind. No, I don't think I know the name.
Okay, it's all good. Yeah, I'm gonna play it's a 10-minute clip, but I'm gonna play I guess just a few seconds of it, well, maybe a few minutes of it, so we'll pretty much get a decent insight from Mr. Stephen A. Smith. Hold on, let me play this real quick. Is this it? Yeah, share screen. Is this him? There we go. All right, here we go. Right here. All right, this is it right here.
If you're running your own business,
and as you guys can see, we are not on my. Don't worry. I'm going to go to my other profile because this is crazy. I don't know what the heck is going on. We got no ad. All right, here we go.
Is in that position. Let me tell you what gets me annoyed. And I hope Jasmine Crockett is listening to this. By the way, she's welcome on the show. When you go on national television and you call in the president of the United States out of his name, and you're being all disrespectful, as a representative in this country, do you believe the citizens of Texas sent you there to do that? They don't like him either. I'm talking about those who voted for her in all likelihood. But because he is who he is and he is in that position, they expect you to go to Capitol Hill and figure out a way to maneuver yourself through that terrain to work in a fashion that's going to facilitate getting things done on behalf of your constituents. That's your job. That's your job. Excuse my language.
The embarrassment of Stephen A. Smith continues.
Anybody does need to clean up DC, I would agree it is this man, because he is the one that is causing half the crime that we have. Not only is he participating in the crime, but we know that he instigated the insurrection. And if I did say that I had one issue with the Biden-Harris administration, it is the fact that they did not move forward and make sure that this man was put where he should have been put. Because the last time I checked as a criminal defense attorney, and Mr. Attorney General, you may have a different experience, but I never had a defendant that had 34 convictions for felonies and did not spend one day in jail. Never in my life. And the last time I checked, the party of law and order is the only one that decided that they would be out of order and decided to nominate someone who was not only indicted, but was actually convicted of multiple felonies. That has never happened in this country. And it is a shame that we are dealing with it now. And now he wants to tell y'all how to do your jobs.
Where he makes it a point to go after.
I love him so much.
All right, so I'm gonna let Stephen A go one more time, and then I'm trying not to get this other guy. I didn't know this was
Over him before they speak. I mean, these people, before they say tendencies that he had, figuring out a way to get things done.
Makes it a point to go after Texas Rep Jasmine Crockett.
He ain't worth a damn. That's not your job. Anybody can do that. You're supposed to be figuring out a way to get things done. And when it comes to this president, that egotistical, maniacal tendencies that he has, everything is about Trump, where every cabinet member and everybody and their grandmama got a fawn all over him before they speak. I mean, these people, before they say hello, they say, I just want to say we have a great president. He's such a great leader. I love him so much. He's so wonderful. He's so marvelous. He's the leader we need. I mean, they do this every day because it's damn near a requirement when it comes to him. And I understand it. I can't stand it, but I see it. But the flip side to it is that he's a deal maker. And if you figure out a way to make him look good in any way, quid pro quo is something he lives by. He'll reciprocate. If you know that, why you can't figure it out?
all right. So I think that's a good stopping point right there. So as you guys can see, he's, I guess, giving Jasmine Crockett some advice. And so I believe this was one of the issues that certain people had. You know, I think in a lot of different things when it comes to politics, people just want you to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? So what are y'all thoughts just based on that exchange? Him speaking about Jasmine Crockett and whatnot. Because again, I believe this is one of the issues that people were having with him, his feedback, and the things that he's been saying. And of course, like I was saying earlier, this is on his podcast. So he's actually created another stream of revenue or whatever in order to gain more eyeballs to what he has going on with his podcast. I'll go ahead and unmute both of y'all so you can just feel free to speak. Oh, okay. I see Tina's still muted. All right.
I mean, he sounds angry. He sounds pretty angry while speaking. I mean, is he talking directly to her? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, he's speaking. I would say that he's definitely speaking directly to Miss Jasmine Crockett about, you know,
Okay, so,
her approach, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm not understanding really, because it seems like he's all over the place, to be honest about it, because he's saying that she should speak this way, but then she was running against this dude. You know what I mean? She was running against Trump. Mm-hmm. But then he goes and he's talking about how everybody else, you know, pretty much bows down to him and all this, that, and the third. So where you stand at? That's my big question. Is he a Trump follower or what's going on? Because she's clearly against the man, being that she was running against him or whatever the case may be.
Excellent. I think Yeah, first of all, I think
I
that's
guess
an
that's my
excellent
biggest
question.
question. What's going on with him?
Yeah, I would say that that's an excellent question. A really, really great question. I think that with Stephen A, just like, I think I would say a lot of people that might be winning in life. Um, the
Mm-hmm.
issue with Donald Trump and the people that he's been beating is it's a reason why they have been losing. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
it's a certain way how you have to approach somebody if you want to beat them at their own game.
Mhm.
And so if you see what's working, then it's like the what is it, the spook that set by the door or something like that. It was actually introduced to me from Nipsey Hussle, and Lauren London actually put Nipsey Hussle on it. But it was a guy that infiltrated the FBI or the CIA or something like that, by almost like
Mm-hmm.
joining their team. Like, I'm gonna get with you to see and be able to maybe to identify what your weaknesses are. I'm gonna play buddy buddy
Mm-hmm.
and do what I need to do because I understand that there's an overall goal that I'm trying to get to. And so if a person has been beating, if a person has been winning, and you're trying to figure out how in the world is this ignorant mofo, like I can see, other people may not be able to see, the issues, or majority of people may not be able to see, why this guy is wrong for whatever it is, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
reason why he is winning. Why is he winning? And so he was talking about like cutting deals and stuff. Well, and so, unfortunately, especially in politics, that's why I say I'll never be in politics. Sometimes you have to get in bed with people that's been constantly winning, constantly dominating, in order to beat them at their own game. And that's why I say politics is not for everybody. Because even if you
Mm-hmm.
watch the TV shows, a lot of people wonder, like, why in the world would you do that? That's so stupid. That's so ignorant. They understand the overall goal. The goal is to win. And especially in politics, sometimes you got to do whatever in order for you to get that win, or you can continue to lose other people that continue to go against, whoever it is. So that's my view. I think he's trying to give her maybe some insight.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I guess you would never know unless you actually speak directly to these people. But that's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Well, I can kind of understand that too. Yeah, because I was like, the way he talked, he kind of angry at her for something. Like, what's his deal with her? You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess he maybe being a political type person,
Mhm.
and not saying that men know more than women or women know more than men, but if he is uh, all into that, and he's more into it than what she possibly is, just because she ran doesn't mean that she know every in and out when it comes to political stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
he might just feel like he can see, he's on the outside looking in, so he can see a little bit more than she can see, that being confined in behind the four walls, so to speak.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're taking it that way, and that's probably why I can hear the anger in behind, him speaking like, "Can't you see what's going on? You being stupid and
Yeah.
not knowing exactly what roads to take this man down." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that could possibly why I can hear that anger in behind him speaking.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, Tina, you wanted to go, because again I got a few more clips that I wanted to go in, because Stephen A. Smith actually responded to this, but I'm holding that for a second.
Um, yeah, I kind of just think from the clips and stuff that I've seen, he's just a naturally high energy, um, animated type of person. And when he wants to express, he is definitely going to express. And I think that what he is saying is like what you were saying. It's more so of giving insight, and I'm trying to think of but yeah, like getting in to fit in to, take them. I wouldn't say necessarily take them down, but yeah, but you just learning the what is it, rules of the trade or something like that, how that phrase go.
Yeah, we get you. I know.
Yeah. But yeah, just and getting that inside intel, and like you said, finding the weakness to be able to, oh man, I don't want to say manipulate, but
Manipulate.
but to get things to work in your favor, because obviously, like, if you're not winning, there's something that you're not doing that the quote unquote winners are doing. So you want to be close to them to see what they are doing so that you can use it to, in her situation. What is she like? What is she? I don't know what she is, but anyway, she's representative of the people. So, you got to get the information that you need to be able to benefit the people.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a United States representative. I don't know what she's representing, but she's a United States representative. It says of Dallas.
Of Dallas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did say something about Texas. Yeah, so I guess he's just a represent. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, cut your camera. Cut your camera.
I'm walking in the store.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I might be able to. But yeah, we're gonna play this next clip of Stephen A. goes off. All right, and basically saying that I'm not backing down from this.
All right, Stephen A. Smith, never one to hold back his opinions, and lately he's been weighing in on pretty much everything. The ESPN star recently said that Florida Congressman, for example, Byron Donalds, could actually make him a Republican. Well, he succeeded where I have failed miserably. I've been trying for years. Then there is the drama of the WNBA, where Stephen A. is accusing conservatives of politicizing that controversy, but argued the WNBA did it to themselves by failing to establish clear guidelines. Oh, like defining what is a woman. Basic stuff. Now, Stephen A. has taken on the National Association of Black Journalists after the group gave him its so-called thumbs down award, accusing him of a pattern of disparaging commentary about prominent Black women. Now, Stephen A. fired right back, warning the organization, "You had your turn, now mine is coming." Here to, well, give them his turn, our friend Stephen A. Smith. First of all, this frustrates me as your friend. I get more angry when my friends are attacked than if I am attacked. We have been friends for decades. You won't even let me tell people what I know you do for minority communities, will you? If I started to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. Am I right or wrong?
That is correct.
Okay. So it frustrates me that people that don't know you are making ridiculous allegations like this. Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism of radical people on the left? And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times, Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things, Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it. And that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised by 5 Black women. My mother, God rest her soul, and my 4 older sisters. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I find it highly offensive that they would label me in this way. Give me a thumbs down award specifically for disparaging Black women. I want everybody out there to know there's no such thing. That did not happen. That is a flat out lie. And that never happened. Whether it was Jasmine Crockett, whether it was Kamala Harris, whether it was Michelle Obama, I pointed to something that they said that I may have disagreed with. That is all. That is all that I have done. And to enjoy
you said about Michelle Obama,
as well.
She could win. That's what I remember you saying about
yeah,
her.
But what? No. Yeah, but remember what happened is that I said that I did not appreciate her saying that a vote for Donald Trump was a vote against women, because I said there are a plethora of reasons why people go to a poll. Some people might prioritize the economy, immigration, safety in the streets of America, national security, etc. There are a plethora of reasons why somebody would choose to vote. To sit up there and to say to African-American men that a vote for Donald Trump would be a vote against women. I said, I don't think that's fair. And that's what I said. My point is, whether you agree or disagree, how does the word disparaging come into play? Or to talk about me degrading and denigrating black women? No, I had a difference of opinion about something that they may have said. And that is all. But a journalistic organization that's supposed to, its foundation is supposed to be based on objectivity. And most importantly, uplifting African Americans within the journalism industry. Well, excuse me, what have I accomplished in my career? Where am I sitting at right now? On September 29th, I'm about to be inducted into the Broadcast and Cable Hall of Fame. I've established myself as one of those people in this industry, but I'm not a Hall of Famer for the NABJ. I brought for my national television show, First Take from ESPN, in concert with ESPN and the great bosses that I have. We brought First Take, a nationally televised show, every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on ESPN. We brought it to the NABJ conference. When have you seen a nationally televised show broadcasting live?
Wow. Okay. It's a lot of information that I'm trying to take in, so I got to slow this thing down. So he's saying that he's brought eyeballs to this NABJ place or whatever, and they turn around and they give him the thumbs down award. What? Oh, this is crazy. This is insane right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm about to go off. I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity to, if y'all got anything that y'all want to speak on, please feel free. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I think you got it.
Did you have anything you wanted to add, Mom Dukes, over there looking angry?
Okay, I'm trying to get this thing to connect.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't want to connect to the.
All right. While you doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and give my little spiel real quick. Okay. So hold on. Let me. Yeah, real quick. Okay. All right. So here's the thing, and y'all feel free to unmute yourselves at any time. But I just wanted to make sure that we're not having any audio issues or whatnot. So here's the thing. And I spoke about this to a family member. And I was like, listen, I don't think, I differ from a lot of people. I'm not here to be liked, right? I already know that people are going to disagree with you. And unfortunately, some childish people, they look at a disagreement as hate instead of just taking it is what it is. Like I can have a conversation with somebody, disagree with them, and not necessarily feel any type of way about them after the conversation. Like, you know what? We can agree to disagree and going about. But when I see you the next time, it ain't gonna be no animosity. There's not gonna be any hatred or anything else like that. And so I don't give a fat baby's tail about somebody disliking me. I don't care what their viewpoint on me is. Again, I've probably been called every name but the child of God. You're gonna have people that's gonna talk about you behind your back. And like I've said since like honestly, those people are cowards. Don't pay them any mind. When you seen me and we were able to have a conversation, you could have easily addressed this man, because I'm pretty sure the people that made this thing up, this man literally brought ESPN, and people know how big ESPN is, to your front doorstep. The eyeballs, the attention, the money that you could possibly make from that is, just think about the possibilities and everything you could do with those eyeballs, because that's what it is. That's what it's all about now. Like the views and everything. Everything is about clicks and views. And again, eyeballs, bringing attention to yourself. And you have a guy that did not have to do it. I'm pretty sure they didn't pay him for it. They probably didn't ask him for it. And again, I still haven't heard, and I don't know who the heck a NBJA, whatever. I still don't know who the heck they is. And so the only issue that I have with Stephen A is, why in the world are you allowing, not trying to be funny, but why are you allowing people that are down here to affect you, affect your mood? Now, if we looking at, I'm pretty sure if you go on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, and you look at his following, his subscribers, or whatever, and you compare it to this organization, I guarantee they are a little fish. And what I always think, what I always see, what I've grown to understand is big time content creators that got millions of subscribers or followers or whatever. You're going to always have people that's going to talk negative about you. And the only reason why you should respond is if they are either close, they're either here, or are they up there? You know, okay, so I know that I can probably, again, you should have that CEO hat on at all times. Never take this thing personal. As a content creator, an influencer, YouTuber, TikToker, Instagram, whatever. Because, again, if it's coming from somebody that's equal or more, just think about the possibilities behind that thing. But if it's a little fish, knowing and understand when I cut this camera off, when I go back to my regular, when I go back to my life or whatever, like my life is awesome. I'm blessed. And I'm not going to allow anybody that, again, I've never heard of these people. I'm not going to allow these people to get me off of my square. Like what sense does that make? Again, if y'all let me know. Am I bugging? I've never been troubled or bothered by the little fish. I haven't been troubled or bothered by anybody. As long as you don't put your hands on me, you keep your distance or whatever, we good. We good.
True that. Now, if I ain't gonna say, you know, I've let little fish bother me before, but it's like this. As long as you ain't messing with my family, I'm good. You know, you can say what you want to say about me. It don't bother me at all. Just don't mess with my family. Yeah. I always feel like I got bigger fish to fry than to be in the pan trying to cook a minnow. A lot of y'all might not know what minnows are. It's the little small things that's it's in the real. You know what I mean? You can barely see. You need a magnifying glass to see one. I don't let people too fast ruffle my feathers. Like I say, unless it's about my family. At the end of the day, politics again is not my thing. And I sure don't let what people say about politics bother me in the least bit way. Hey, Trump, somebody my president, he's just a president that's in the chair at the moment. So I'll take ownership for nothing, especially not in this world. But you know, it is what it is. You know, when it comes to stuff like that, everybody gonna have their own opinion about everything. I don't care what it is. You got toilet tissue, you know, on the bottom of your shoe and walking with it. They gonna make a deal out of that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, life is what it is.
All right, Tony, you got anything you wanted to expound on before I guess I can continue what Stephen A. got to say?
I mean, yeah, pretty much just like everybody's going to have an opinion no matter if you do something in somebody's eyes that's right, if you do something in somebody's eyes that's wrong, or if you say something that's right, you say something that's wrong, somebody's gonna feel some type of way about it. I would say the biggest thing to just be focused on what you feel is right and what you feel is right for, you know, whatever you got going on. If it's family, if it's business, if it's, you know, personal, if it's fitting you and if it's fitting you and benefiting you and everyone around you, then why, you know, don't really let it bother you. So I guess he's trying to also, in a way, it sounds to be a little bit kind of like him trying to, kind of like I would say like defend himself, but understand what I think I just lost my train of thought. But anyway,
you good?
Trying to do something in this kitchen, but yeah, you can go ahead, Katie. You go ahead.
Okay, cool. You good. I was trying to figure out how to work this thing as well. Yeah, so we're gonna let Stephen A go a little bit more. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's just something I don't understand with him being in the game as long as he's been in the game, but also getting this new information about him bringing eyeballs to um this association or whatever. I guess I could kind of see why he's feeling some type of way, why he's responding the way that he is. Cause he like, yo, you know, y'all probably wasn't even getting that many eyeballs. And the fact that I did try to bring some attention to y'all, to this group or whatever, to try to uplift y'all. And y'all, this is, how y'all kind of repay me, knowing that like this is journalism, like this is what we do. And I actually seen in a comment with somebody saying, journalism, doesn't have anything to do with opinion. That's where you're wrong. Like you can literally comment, or you can literally Google journalism and it'll actually have opinion in there. What it is if somebody gravitates more towards something, they're just going to try to find more facts to back that up. You know what I mean? And they're going to give their own personal opinion about that. Like the reason why almond milk is better than, I don't know, regular milk is because of this. And I can actually show you the facts and stuff to back that up. But it's still their opinion. They still put that into, that's what journalism is. It's like I don't get that, man. And the fact again that largely the issue that they have about Stephen A and the things that he has said is what I've seen or what I've heard is strictly about black women. Him critiquing things that black women have said. And I'm like, this guy has been a journalist probably well over 30 years. I've known that he's been, ESPN, like the pretty much the face of for at least 2 decades. And during that time, he has critiqued and talked about everybody. Like that's literally what he does. You know what I mean? We know Stephen A as the yelling, screaming, doing the most guy. And that's probably one of the reasons why ESPN keeps him around, because he's entertaining. He's there to entertain. He does it on ESPN. He does it on his podcast. And he's still somewhat passionate about the things that he talks about. Again, that's the reason why he's as big as he is. And like he has said on every single last stream, listen, I say what I have to say, but these people are more than welcome to come on my show and we can have a conversation. It's not even a debate. Listen, I'm going to give you, what my thoughts are or what, the questions that I may have, and then you can answer them. And what I have seen for the overwhelming majority of people that go on his platform, people that he agree and people that he disagree with, is they're able to actually have a conversation. It's actually a back and forth. Hold on. It's actually a back and forth that's going on, and it's no ill will or anything like that when you're on his page or on his platform. I still don't get it, man. I still don't get why in the world people are so upset, or they sit there and they focus on him just speaking and talking about, one type of person or one group of people, which again is black women, but black men, white people, white men, black women, Trump, because he's also said things about Trump that he doesn't agree with either. And like I've said, I have never fully agreed with anybody 100% of the time. That's just me. You know what I mean? But I can still listen. I can still have a conversation with somebody, and we can always agree to disagree. And one thing about me, one thing about media, one thing about words is I don't take that stuff personal. If anything, I'm going to laugh about it. Because at the end of this conversation, I'm still going to believe what I want to believe. I'm still going to go back to my life. You're going to go back to yours, and, it is what it is. Y'all feel free to chime in if y'all want to. I'm gonna kickstart that thing, and then I'll pause it if y'all need me to.
From a journalism convention. I did it the last 2 years in Chicago and Cleveland, respectively, but I don't show up this year. And all of a sudden I receive a thumbs down award. I think it's utterly ridiculous. And I called them on it.
We've had very private, personal conversations that I think we should bring public.
Yeah.
And that is that
Okay.
my faith, my Christian faith, teaches me that God created every man, woman, and child on this earth. God put unique talents in every man, woman, and child on this earth. You know, we give a lot of lip service, people do, to a colorblind society. You know, I guess with extremists, I don't care if they're white nationalist jackasses or anti-Semites or whatever, you know, there are people that never want to get there. You will always be my friend, and you have been my friend. And you attack me more than anybody else. So you go at me day and night and day, either on text or on the phone. You don't hold back.
Yes, true.
But we're still
Not at
friends.
all. Not at all. Absolutely.
Why can't you?
See, and then so I got to pause it right there, because this is where I have a question right here, right freaking here. I think that pretty much sums everything up. If we cool, if we friends, can we not have these conversations? Can I not call you out on your BS and you not feel some type of way? Like, you know what I mean? Like you want to go at my throat or whatever because I said something. Like, listen, hey, when you said that, I don't agree with you. But
What
people
that guy, my bad. What did that guy say? Do you think?
Do your thing. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Mondoose, do you know how to unmute yourself or no? I'm just want to make sure. Let me see. Yeah, do you know how to unmute yourself or no? Hello? Hello? I don't know, maybe she's but yeah, that's one of the things that I still to this day I don't understand, man. If we cool, if we are in any type of relationship, whether it's business or personal, I believe those are the people that should be able to call you out. Those are the people that should be able to give you constructive criticism, and you take it and listen, it is what it is. You know what you said, it hit different, you know what I mean? And I may not like it, but when I sit back and I look back at the footage, or when I look back at the things that I said or the things that I did, you're right. You're right. We can chuck that up and still be cool. But most people today, they're so fragile. They always wear their hearts on their sleeve that you can't say anything to them about anything. They can do no wrong. Where does that how has that honestly worked for people when you start talking about relationships, business and or personal? The people that wear their hearts on their sleeve, I guarantee you 10 times out of 10, they have the worst freaking relationships with people and business. And so that's one thing that I started to recognize early in my life, even when some things happened or whatever, and we got sent away. I really started to pay attention. I was like, yo, majority of the people in here, they wear their heart on their sleeve. And it's like this: you can either be like them, or you can make decisions and be better than their actions. Not necessarily saying that you're better than those people, but you can be better. You can do better. Are you going to continue to allow what people say and what people do to get to you? If you are, then you need to be comfortable with losing in life. You need to be comfortable with not having your freedom, not being able to honestly do the things that you want to do. And again, when you look at most people that allow their emotions to get the best of them because of what somebody done said, somebody that you rock with. This is, again, I don't get somebody that you rock with, and you already know how they are, and they only want the best for you. Listen, if we want to get, to a certain point, you want to get to the point where you got money saved. You want to get to the point where you can actually take trips, where you can buy that nice car, that nice house, or whatever. Then sacrifices have to be made. I'm gonna call you out on your BS, like, yo, bro, you know good and well you shouldn't be smoking and drinking and spending your money on them hookers. Like, that's not gonna get you where you want to be, fam. What you mean? And they get upset by that. I don't get it, man. I don't. I really don't, man. Y'all supposed to be friends, or sometimes even more than that. And that person can't call you out without you, one, getting in your feelings and getting, I don't know, emotional or getting angry or whatever. Like, yo, no, this is the person that I actually trust to give me that. Shake it, yeah. Oh, okay, all right. My bad. I just got a message. It's about the money. That's all. That's always a good text to get. It's about the money, baby. My bad. Yeah.
Disagree with some Democrats.
Unfortunately, because you have folks within the liberal community, in the modern liberal community, I'm not talking about traditional Democrats that are relatively moderate. I'm talking about these folks that have really regressed as far as I'm concerned. And their attitude is that you have to parrot their speech, lock, stock, and barrel, or you're absolutely positively against them. Sean, on my show, Straight Shooter with Stephen A., I've had a show on POTUS Radio on Sirius XM channel 124 every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. since September 17th. I've had 60 guests on the show, 30 Republicans, 30 Democrats. I'm a registered independent. I believe in being fair and exercising common sense. There are things that I disagree with about the president and his administration. You know that. There are things that I disagree with the left about. I'm fair and even-handed. That's not good enough. I understand that being the case with most people in America if you have your political tilt that you want to lean towards. But that should not be applicable to a journalist organization.
Man, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Welcome back, Mond. I didn't want to play too much. I wanted to give you the opportunity to expound on that. I don't know if you're ready or not. If you are, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, or I can unmute you. But this is another issue that I have with people that are Republican and people that are Democrat. Like, I don't know why it is. But if you are a Democrat, then you can't agree with anything that the Republicans say. If you are a Republican, you can't agree with anything that the Democrats say. I don't get that. And I understand being independent. And like he said, listen, I can think for myself. I don't side with any party 100% of the time. If one of these people make more sense, then I'm going to vote that way. If this other person make a little bit more sense for what I got going on, then I'm going to vote that way. But I'm not 100% on either side of the fence, because at the end of the day, most of these people got something wrong with them. No, well, let me go ahead. I'm gonna unmute you because I don't know. I guess that could be an issue. Let's see. Hey, can you hear me? Hello. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, I didn't know if you could hear what Stephen A. has been saying, or if you had any pushback or anything you wanted to add to anything that has been said thus far about what he's been saying.
Oh yeah, I ain't hear none of that. I was trying to get out of stuff like that.
Oh, you good? So
I'm gonna let you handle that part right there because I know you heard everything.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back over here to Tina real quick. Tina, did you have anything that you wanted to add before we let him
Yeah,
go?
actually, I've been thinking that the whole time it pretty much was her taking things out of, or whoever taking things out of contents, like pretty much getting into their own heads or getting into their feelings about what he said, when I'm sure he didn't mean to hurt their feelings, but really just to, give them advice, and give them a heads up and kind of like give them a leadway versus them taking it into taking things way out of proportion, giving him that thumb down for the I guess like
Thumb down award, yeah.
Yeah, the thumb downs award, and he's a part of the Black journalists. You should be trying to, honestly, I would say, look up to him in a way because of all the accolades that he has over 20 years, 20 something years. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, like, not even like if we take the gender out, like I said, he's a technically I would say he's a part of that minority group. And so you're tearing him down as well by, giving him the thumbs down award.
Absolutely.
So,
And here's the thing. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
no, I just was saying so.
And here's the thing about Stephen A. and any other influencer, any other TikToker, whatever, for the most part, especially somebody that's been dominating, that's been doing it for this long. I don't care what you say. At the end of it, I'm going to still continue to do what I do. So if I have any level of critiquing that I'm going to give to somebody, I'm going to do it regardless. You can give me that little fake thumbs down award or whatever, but guess what? Next week, I'm on y'all. I'm on it. Trust and believe. And what you are doing here is you just giving me even more visibility. Like this is just another reason, another topic for me to talk about on my show, whatever it's straight shooter with Stephen A. or whatever. Because what people don't understand is controversy, negative stuff, negative press. What that does is that brings in more eyeballs because people are waiting to see how is he going to respond to all of this. And so what that did was probably just gave him one of the biggest checks that he's going to receive on YouTube for this year. Because when you say something or you do something like this that reaches national news headlines, Stephen A. just got the thumbs down award from a nobody or from whatever that group of people is called, NCP, whatever. Okay, cool. So how is he going to respond? I actually think that he did it perfectly. And when I really sit here and I think about it, this was probably actually strategic to make it seem like, yo, I am hurt. I am feeling some type. He might be, but this would actually be the smart way to go about it. I'm going to go ahead and tweet that I'm going to go ahead and respond. I'm going to respond to this, but I'm going to do it on my show on this date at this time. And so people got 1 or 2 days to get ready to see how he's going to respond. During that time, the heat going to be building up. People are going to be making TikTok videos. They're going to be making YouTube videos. They're going to be posting. They're going to be tweeting. Stephen A. just got the thumbs down award, and he needs to respond. How is he going to respond? Well, you just got to wait until this time, this date, to see what he's going to say. And I don't know if he actually did a show and he actually put this on his show before he actually went on Fox News or not. But that would actually be the smart way, the business way to go about doing things. Because again, eyeballs, attention, now is how you get paid. That's how you make money. That's how you make more money. The more eyeballs, the more visibility, the more people click, the more people type and comment, the more hatred that you get on any platform. What that does is that just makes you even more money. And like I said on one of those videos that I had commented on Facebook, I was like, do you guys not realize y'all are just puppets? These people are literally using y'all. The more you comment, the more you share about how you don't like a person, you're sharing their video. You're sharing their video on different platforms, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You're going to go look at their older videos and share those older videos on different platforms. So other people are going back and watching the entire thing all the way through. 2-3 hour live streams just to see what they can talk about. You're helping those people earn more money. The more you got to say is better. Go ahead. Go ahead. Listen, we're going to soak all this up. I appreciate it because, again, those people that's what I don't understand. You know, y'all got all the time in the world out here to scroll and do all these other. When you could be making money for yourself, you helping somebody else make money, somebody that you don't even like. You helping them run up a bag. Good job. puppet.
The National Association for Black Journalists. It's not the entire organization. It was just a few board members that tried to give the impression the entire organization is against me. There's a whole bunch of people that were at the convention that spoke adamantly and emphatically against their decision to do that and in support of me. But nevertheless, a few board members decided to make this decision. And as far as I'm concerned, they will regret it because I'm not going away. If anything, they've made me more intense. They've made me more adamant about my positions and the manner in which I'm going to go about doing what I do. I don't back up, and nobody's going to intimidate me from being who I am. And that is a fair-minded individual that calls balls and strikes, and it's going to be fair to both sides of the aisle, no matter what the hell they say. I'm not backing up 1 inch. As far as I'm concerned,
That part I know.
all they've done is stirred me up. That's all they've done.
You know,
Let's go. Let's go. And that's honestly, that's the only thing that I wanted to hear. That's the only thing I wanted to hear because for years, man, for years, decades, like I've always seen most men become tamed lions over the years. I'm talking about some guys when I was younger, I looked up to, some men, not even necessarily saying that, it was a cause of, them getting older or marriage or anything, but most of those guys did become or have become tamed lions. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, it disgusts me. I'm just like, no, man, at the end of the day, bro, you are still a man. And I'm not saying that you got to be overly aggressive. I'm not saying that you have to be disrespectful or anything like that. But if you have an opinion and somebody don't agree with it, you don't apologize for it. That's your opinion. And if they don't like it, click to another video, watch something else. But that's not going to change the way that I feel, the way that I think, or how I move. Hate it or love it. Listen, man, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm going to say most guys these days. Most guys honestly act like they got their tail tucked between their legs. And that's why, like, I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard to get around a group of men in this day and age. Because I'm just like, yo, bro, you letting other people control you? You letting other people control your actions? Again, one thing I would say is I'm not a disrespectful guy. I'm going to be respectful. But if I have an opinion, you think or you believe what you want to believe, I believe what I want to believe, and we can have the conversation. We can have the back and forth, this healthy back and forth or whatever. After this conversation, I'm going to listen to what you got to say during the conversation. I'm not going to try to dominate. Like, okay, all right. I'm going to give you your time just as, men are supposed to do, stand on your square, not get over emotional, not wear their hearts on their sleeve. I respect your opinion. I'm going to give mine, and I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just sharing my thoughts and why I think or why I believe what my beliefs are. It's rare that you find other men out there that are like that. You would probably find a woman. It's probably more common to find a woman that's like that than a man, that's crazy to me, bro. But when you really do your history and you start doing your due diligence on why that is, then you start to realize, oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense why that has become the standard or whatever now. What I want to give either Tina or Mondusa an opportunity. Y'all feel free to speak while I bring up this next clip. Y'all want to or whatnot? Feel free.
I mean, what you said was all fair and valid and legit. Like, I think too many people, well, too many people kind of want to apologize for everything the way that today in society is. It's like, oh, you can't speak your mind without stepping on somebody's toes and somebody getting offended by their opinion. Like, I get being respectful about it, I suppose, but it's still an opinion. Like, it doesn't have to it's not there to change your mind. It's not there to change your beliefs or anything like that. It's not there to cause an argument. It's not there to cause any riff-raff or anything at the between people, or a party, or anything like that. Is to express an opinion. You can take it or leave it, and that's that. It's just I haven't done the research and stuff to understand why some people take it back or try to apologize for them expressing themselves. But it's as we can see, it's come to the point where you can't even say that the sky is blue if somebody believes that it's green. Oh, I'm sorry. No. No. Like, I don't get it. But I'm just at the point, like, where did we turn? Like, what happened to where an opinion is tearing down civilization?
I mean, I can tell you, it'll probably take a little minute, but I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is.
You gonna look at the cut?
How deep y'all want to go into this conversation? But yeah, I know exactly what it is.
For now or for another time?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's up to y'all. That's what y'all talk about.
Can you summarize it?
Yeah, I can try to summarize. I can give context as well. You know what I mean? Because I know, again, my thoughts and my beliefs are things that people don't necessarily agree with. They oftentimes have an issue or a problem with it, and we see it in those comments, especially after these videos are live. But I think that the main reason is that we have not just we have less men in the household, but we have less strong masculine men in the household. Um, I'm gonna try to sum this up in like 2 minutes, but yeah, if you look at the overwhelming majority of men, most men wear their hearts on their sleeves. Why is that? Less men in the household mean that they are being raised by, most of the time, emotional women. And so those guys that haven't been taught how to regulate their emotions, how to allow their emotions to get the best of them when they're feeling some type of way, or they don't. Well, who is that? We got another text message. Is that about money? My bad. But yeah, you look at most men today. I think that's the reason why you have so many men out here that crash out. So many men that don't understand who they are. They don't understand what they are. And you have less men that are protectors. You have more emotional men. And that literally leads to a society where both men and women are overly emotional. And what do you think that does to a society? That's chaos, up and down and around. When things actually ran smooth, you had men that were out here being men. They were being raised by men. When you look at most boys today, they always say that he's shy. He's just angry or whatever. Back then, what happened? When you had other men in the household, no, you're not gonna be shy. You're gonna look that person in the eye. You're gonna shake their hand. You're gonna greet them. You're gonna say, "Hey, how are you doing?" When you're feeling some type of way, you can either engage in the old fisticuffs. No, no, I can have a conversation. I can explain to you what's going on. You know what I mean? Instead of me, again, allowing my emotion to get the best of me, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to do some push ups. I'm going to go work out. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to try to have a conversation with that person if need be. Or I'm just going to separate altogether. But you have less of that in the household today. So you have more of people, households, society, and even a government that's being ran by emotional people. Emotional people are going to allow you to blur the lines. They're not going to draw that line, that hard line in the sand and say, no, we're not going for that. ain't no men going to no women's bathroom. No, we are not going to teach our kids about no LGBTQ community. We're not doing it. But yeah, I think that pretty much that sums it up.
Yeah,
That's
I think
my take on
yeah, I think that really does sums it up. We pretty much have lost the the rule and regulations in the household. Um, yeah, yeah. I was something else I was gonna say. Pretty much just like we have lost the rule and regulations. You did mention the other thing that I was gonna say about it too. That there's no I would say yeah, there's no male authority, and you kind of need it to keep pretty much everyone in line. I would even say down to the females in a degree as well, but still having the mom in the household, so to uh, teach the girl how to be a girl, but at the same time, like the male is over it, pretty much over it all, and keeps it aligned if he's a what term?
You can just say man. Yeah, just a
Oh
man.
man.
Yeah, most men aren't men today. That's what cause I don't really like using the word real man or real woman. Like, no, that's just in my eyes a man or or a woman. But yeah, I do want to kind of piggyback off that as well, because one thing about like certain things, because I do believe that with men there are certain things that certain men should come with. Um, One, I think that men should provide structure. They should provide a template. And because a man can't always be in the household or whatever, a template should always be there so people understand. Hold on, me. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, because men can't always be there, I think that a template should always be put in place so people understand guidelines. They understand, what rules or whatever needs to be followed until that man comes back. Because men can't be around and raise their boys from the time that they are a baby on up until 18, because what should men be doing? Men should be out working. They should be out making sure that they are providing and they are protecting people in that household. So they're not going to always be present, because a good lump sum of their day is going to be, again, making sure he's bringing home the bacon or whatever, making sure all the bills are being paid. So if a template is there, it's been established, then what I believe is up to those women is to maintain that. You maintain the household, you maintain the structure. So a man, in my eyes, should already come with that. He should already know and understand, how this ship should be ran. And it's up to a woman to maintain that until he gets there. And then he can take control of that ship and let them know, how we're gonna moving forward or whatever, because it's a lot easier to maintain something instead of trying to figure it out for yourself, or say, you know what, I'm just going to wait till such and such gets here and just let them deal with it. Same thing go for a guy. Say for instance, if you got a young lady out there, both of y'all are working. Say for instance, if she got to work late or later, bro, you should not be waiting until freaking 10, 11 o'clock to make sure, before kids even come to the picture, that you done ate. Like, I'm gonna wait till 11 o'clock till she get here to eat. Oh, fam. I mean, good. Listen, take care, do what you got to do. But yeah, man. As far as like, I believe that a woman's job is pretty much just to maintain and make sure she's keeping up with those things, because men can't be there 100% of the time. You know, I think did we lose her? I see you had unmuted your mic before we start back. If you need to, you can go ahead and unmute. But we're going to be viewing another clip of another media personality, which is Cam Newton. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, there are probably a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with Cam Newton. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if it's the outfits, if it's the hats, or whatever it is, be getting on my nerves. But it's a lot of stuff that he be saying that kind of irks me. But I don't know. We can get into what he's gonna say. I see Mondes. I see you unmuted yourself. You have something you wanted to put in. Hello. All right. I don't know what that was about, but we'll go ahead and kickstart that. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this Cam Newton thing. Let's go.
Established a recurring public pattern of disparaging commentary directed at prominent Black women across politics, sports, and media.
This is not objectivity. This was a smear job, but it won't stop me. I don't want enemies, but I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to call things as I see them, which I've earned the right to do.
If this ain't prove one thing, that our Black sisters got more power, and said, don't worry about it. We heard what you said about Serena. Don't worry about it. We heard what you said about Jasmine.
Wait, he said something about Serena? Oh, okay. I think I remember that thing about Serena Williams.
Carrie champion, Monica McNutt. Sisters! Mount up! I'm not here to choose sides. The Black in me has to mention, why is this all being thrown publicly? Can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
In our good friend's words, Rodney King.
When we disagree, that don't mean we have to throw venom on each other. Even if I don't agree with what you say, we have to be okay with that is your opinion. And that's on both sides. That's what all people as a whole. Now, all his statements I don't agree with, but him as a journalist doing his job, I agree with that. Stephen A., you have to be okay with NABJ making their public stance about their thoughts about your opinion, because you put it out. And the way that you critique people, even if it's NABJ, they have critiqued you in the same way.
We are put on this pedestal to give our honest critique. That's what journalism is, right? Yeah. But also, when you're talking about content, you are giving your opinion about things. Now, what comes with that opinion, and I've been guilty of this, what comes with that opinion extracts something from another person where they say, oh, hell no. I don't agree with that. You are leaving other people left to analyze what you have said. This is what I would like for people to understand about Stephen A. Smith. There's not a more prominent Black sports journalist in America than Stephen Anthony Smith today. So understand, if we're going to give a thumbs down award, nah, aim higher. Nah, a little bit higher. There you are. We're going to the top. What I would say is, there hasn't been a person with the platform of Stephen Anthony that has brought more exposure, in my opinion, than him. I'm not saying that Miss Haynes was wrong for using a figure like Stephen A. Smith. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, understand what comes with this. Because it definitely was a butt shaker. And all the critics started coming out like, whoa, you sure you want to drop this?
No.
Because Stephen ain't the first. It sounds like he ain't going to be the last. Make sure we don't get no thumbs down. I'm just trying to get nothing but thumbs up.
Smith has established a recurring public pattern.
All right, so to be honest with you, though, I think I would probably agree with Peggy a little bit more. You know what I mean? What Peggy was saying. I guess that makes a little bit more sense to me, where what Peggy was saying was like, listen, Stephen A., you have to be okay with people critiquing and saying negative things about you, because you understand journalism, you understand what it is to be a media personality, you understand what it is for people to talk about you, because that's what you do. And with that, I completely understand. The only issue that I was honestly having, again, was me. With me was Stephen A. acknowledging it and feeling some type of way before I thought about, this could just be like a PR move. This could just be another way for him to earn extra money for this month. Like, but again, I can understand it from Peggy's point of view. I can understand it from, listen, you got to be okay with that. You do it. Other people do it. Just accept what it is. That's what you do, and then you move on. All right, I don't know if we still got the girls in here or not, so I guess we'll just move on or whatnot.
Listen, I think I agree.
I can hear you, but I think I hear other people in the background.
Okay, well, we could just continue. But you
want to No, you good now. I don't hear anything now. You good.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think I was pretty much saying what you were saying, more so agreeing with the other guy with what he was saying in regards to the opinions part, and now I'm trying to play back in my head what he had said. But yeah, pretty much what he had said is more so right on point. Like the opinions isn't I think I said it earlier, isn't to make you feel any type of way. It's just there.
Yeah. So one thing that I did want to point out is there's been a lot of people out there that say that they have receipts. They have receipts from, I guess, what Stephen A is talking about or whatever. So I just wanted to hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. Let me just make sure this is what that is. Because one thing about me is I prefer to have people that are on both sides. Like I want to hear people that's going to definitely speak negative about a situation, even if I don't necessarily agree with them. I prefer to have that on the stream or whatever, so we can also go over that as well. Because y'all know I don't like to live in the echo chamber. I actually prefer to hear people that have like a difference of an opinion or whatever. So it'll kind of hopefully make me look at different ways to approach the conversation.
And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times. Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it. And that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised by 5 black women. My mother, God rest her soul, and my 4 older sisters. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I find it highly offensive that they would label me in this way.
Goddamn Spitty. Nickler, a compilation.
Everybody out there to know there's no such thing. That did not.
All right, because I didn't want to hear that over and over.
Do you know how easy it is for me to put together a compilation, a well-evidenced compendium of you talking shit about black women? Also, before I start this, why your mouth always so goddamn spitty? Nigga always got the old man spitty mouth. Why you on Fox News? This was the perfect opportunity for you to defend those women. Hannity just said that they say nutty things. It's almost like you didn't hear it. In July of 2014, you blamed Ray Rice's wife. You said she provoked wrong actions. And then you apologized because you almost lost your job. Remember in 2018 when you told Jemele Hill to stay in her lane because she criticized Donald Trump? You explicitly told sports personalities and athletes to stay out of politics. And then look at you now. You love politics. How about when Monica called you out and said that you probably should have been covering the WNBA long before Caitlin Clark got there? Instead of saying, yeah, you're probably right. That's on me. I'll do better moving forward.
No, let me tell you something. The WNBA, even now, is still not profitable, man. And his job is to go where the news is. If there is no news, no interesting news going on with the WNBA. And to be honest with you, before Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and everybody got there, like, wasn't nobody really talking about the WNBA like that, fam? Like, there are literally women that could go out in public and everything, and ain't nobody gonna know who the heck they are. Like, it is what it is, man. We got to stop doing this. Now, I did kind of want to dissect and go through everybody that he was talking about, because I think that is important, right? What did he say? Hold on.
Hannity just said that they say nutty things. It's almost like you didn't hear.
Yeah. So he was saying that the other guy, his friend, basically said that they were saying nutty things. Well, have they been saying crazy things in the news? Absolutely. If you go back and look at the resume of some of those individuals that he has spoken about, then yes, they have said some crazy things. And you talking about going to go do a compilation or whatever of Stephen A. stand, bro, he been in front of the camera for 20 years, over 2 decades. Of course you can go and find some stuff about that. He critiqued people. He's been doing it since he's got onto this doggone platform. And even more now that he has his own podcast. Like, yeah, of course. That's what he does. I'm pretty sure you can. It's not hard.
In July of 2014, you blamed Ray Rice's wife. You said she provoked wrong actions.
Now, with that situation, right? To be honest with you, I'm not really familiar with Ray Rice, who he is, who his wife is, or whatever the heck they got going on, honestly. So I'm not even gonna really expound on that at all. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I will say in a lot of cases, both parties are guilty of putting their hands on each other. If you go back and you look at the facts, data, and statistics, like most of those people that are in those relationships, both of them got issues and got history of, yeah.
And then you apologize because you almost lost your job. Remember in 2018 when you told Jemele Hill to stay in her lane because she criticized Donald Trump? You explicitly told sports personalities and athletes to stay out of politics.
If you got your own platform, you do what you want to do. That, I would say, that's probably the thing, right? If you are on ESPN talking about politics, then there's an issue. Ain't nobody coming to ESPN to hear about your politics, which is why, in my personal opinion, why he wanted to start his own podcast. He had a lot of beliefs that he wanted, or a lot of stuff that he wanted to get off his chest, so he did it the right way. You go on your platform. Listen, I got a lot of stuff that I want to get off my chest that I want to say. And beforehand, he was probably looking at it like, okay, so I made the mistake about talking about certain things or whatever, on it. So I'll do it on my own terms. I'll do it on my own show. I'll own whatever it is that I got going on. And can't nobody necessarily control what I can and what I can't say on my podcast. And so maybe he was giving her some advice, some sound advice. Don't talk about that on here because there's a good chance that you could lose your job because of that.
Then look at you now. You love politics. How about when Monica called you out and said that you probably should have been covering the WNBA long before Caitlin Clark got there? Instead of saying, yeah, you're probably right. That's on me. I'll do better moving forward. But instead, because you felt small in that moment, you basically said nobody heard of Monica, nobody heard of Andrea, nobody heard of Chanae until you elevated their visibility.
Is that a fact? Listen, I didn't know who these people were. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't hear anything about any of these individuals until they came on First Take or whatever, and other people started clipping them because of the way that they look, which is a positive thing. I mean, from the clips that I was seeing, but it wasn't anything about, I guess any of their accolades or any of the things that they've done for the WNBA. To be honest, I still didn't know until he said something that these women are from the WNBA. I didn't know that. And this is just me being honest. And I would say that I'm pretty familiar with the NBA, the NFL, and a few other sports, but I've never heard of these young ladies before First Take. And that's just a fact.
Whether that statement has merit or not, it can be viewed as disparaging. When Angel Reese posted this picture last year, Stephen A. Smith said if she presents herself this way, she can't complain about being objectified. He said that. You told Jasmine.
Is that not a fact? If you sit here and put yourself out there like that, if you out here dressing like a policeman, you cannot get upset when somebody come up to you and think that you're a policeman or a policewoman or a firefighter. Or if you dress like somebody that's on the street, that's selling it, you can't be upset when somebody approach you in that way. Like, the best way is to respect yourself, to walk around respectful. Like, everything that this guy is saying is crazy, bro.
Crockett not to bring street verbiage to Capitol Hill. And also, to be fair, Jasmine Crockett has been publicly critical of Netanyahu, but she still refuses.
Okay, so you agree with him with this, and you still got some critique for what, man?
Refuses to call it a genocide. You can't find me one quote where she says it. But my issue is with the stance and not the way in which she talks. And then when Carrie Champion called you out for your scathing critiques of black women, your disparaging remarks, your response, yet again, was you saying she's upset about the attention she is no longer getting because you essentially made her. Like, just listen to yourself, bro.
Yo, this stuff be tripping me out, man. And the reason why I think that is kind of funny is because, again, if you honestly look at the results, right? If somebody said that, listen, at one point you were getting attention when you were younger, when you looked better, and you know and you understand you were getting more attention when you were younger, when you looked better, when you took care of yourself, when you I don't know, maybe you weighed less or whatever. If it's a fact, why are you getting upset when somebody says that? You will get more attention when you actually had yourself together versus when you don't. Why get upset with that instead of just changing? You know what? You're right. I was getting more attention when I was working out, when I was taking care of myself, when I was eating healthy. Instead of me getting upset with that, those were Mike Pierce, but it's the truth. I'm not gonna sit here and go on a tour and tell somebody you wrong. Come on, man. That stuff hurt. It be hurting people, boy.
Have you ever been in a debate, like a real debate? This is not how you win arguments. This is why you always used to lose to Max Kellerman. You're bad at it.
What? No, I would say the reason why I think that Max was probably a little bit more prepared in the arguments that were being had. Not that, bro. We are conflating the two. But shout out to, he's a content creator. At the end of the day, listen, I'm gonna do whatever that makes me look good or make me sound good or whatever. Shout out to this brother, man. I ain't even gonna fault him for it. But yeah, so that was some of the things what y'all heard. I don't know if y'all heard, hopefully y'all heard it, but those were some of the things that people have been saying. Some of the people that he's been talking about. So I do remember the comment that he made about Serena Williams, and I want to say Serena's husband actually checked Stephen A. about the comments that he made about Serena. Now, mind y'all, Serena Williams is not married to an African-American male. She's married to somebody of a different nationality. But yeah, I believe that guy actually went on SportsCenter and checked Stephen A. for something that he did. The only issue that I'd be having with Stephen A., man, is he be apologizing, bro. Like, listen, if that's my belief, that's my belief. You know what I'm saying? If you want to box, if you want to get in a ring or whatever, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, before or after this match, I'm still gonna say what I want to say. I'm still gonna say what I want to say. All right, this is the last video of the day. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna get up out of here, man. And this is Stephen A., and I believe this is actually on his podcast.
That brought a nationally televised show to a journalism conference, which is the NABJ, the last 2 years. Did you have anything to say about me then?
It is.
Did I get a thumbs down then? First Take, a nationally televised show, which has been #1 for 14 straight years. We came to the National Association for Black Journalists in Chicago and Cleveland, back-to-back years. Of course, I got to thank ESPN for that. They're the ones that.
Oh, I was like, yo, what is that weak music? Where is that coming from?
Signed off on that specifically. Now, former executive Dave Roberts. It doesn't happen without him. It doesn't happen without ESPN. But you know who else it doesn't happen without? Me. Because if I'm not willing to show up, we ain't coming. But I was there. I was there not just to do the show. I also stood in the booth for over an hour doing the jobs fair.
Man, I'm sorry, y'all, but that music is egregious, and it's getting on my last mother loving nerve. But we're gonna let it.
I also gave a speech. I also mentored and talked to, as I continue to do, young, aspiring Black journalists, and I have done that religiously for decades. I started my career at the Philadelphia Inquirer. I know it's the New York Daily News as a high school reporter, but thereafter, in 1994, I began my career at the Philadelphia Inquirer, courtesy of Sandra Long, a longtime executive for the Philadelphia Inquirer, synonymous with the NABJ, whom I first met at the jobs fair of the NABJ. My career started because I was at the NABJ job fair.
Okay, to be honest, I think I've heard enough. I just don't want to hear no more of that music. So now I see why it's it probably stings a little bit more, why he's a little bit more invested in all of this. Because it sounds like that's where it pretty much all started for him, and he just wanted to give back. And thought all was well, went what 2 years straight and didn't go to third year, and the third year is when they chose to make this announcement without him being present. That's interesting, man. And that's I would say a common theme with different communities, not just the Black community. Honestly, like you have that a lot in a lot of different spaces, man, where you will look out for somebody or a group of people, and the first opportunity that they get to speak negative about you, to talk down about you, talk behind your back, they do it. You know what I mean? And with Stephen A. Smith, unfortunately, he allows stuff like that to get to him. When I just gotta say it, man. With me, it just hit a little different. I don't trust most people as far as I can throw. And so it's almost like it's expected. I think that most people have some type of malicious intent. Most people, again, at the first opportunity that they have to talk down, talk negative, talk about you behind your back, they do it. They do it. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not surprised, man. I am not surprised at all. Now I will say this, right? Because with this being, again, a certain group of people, because I like to narrow this thing down for everybody, right? One thing that I will say is rare. So you can take this and you can use this, right? Feel free. The way that I know or how I believe how certain things work, I would say the people that actually champion you publicly, often those people will rarely talk about you behind you. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying that this is 100% accurate. But if you look at a group of people, if you look at, again, a person, if you look at, I don't know, their profile, if you look at, the type of content that they put out or whatever, or take it to Facebook, the statuses and stuff that they post, the people that champion you often, I believe, are less likely to talk about you behind your back, because they look completely like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like saying this word, but like the F word, FOOL. All right, that's what they look like if that's how they're moving. And so, guys, feel free to take this. Women, feel free to take this. If somebody continues to champion you, talk about, how good you are, how good they treat you, the things that they've done for you, if they speak about that stuff publicly, chances are they probably not talking about you behind your back. It's a really high chance that they're probably not doing it. But if you go and you look at the people, the programs, the groups, like even me, again, being a social media manager, how many times have people spoke highly about me on video, how they talk about me about other people that I've actually seen or whatever. Like those people, I would say more oftentimes than not are the people that's not they not going spear dirt on your name, because they've already talked about you so much in a positive note to everybody. Like, yo, you look like a doggone, again, a FOOL. If you have literally spent years of speaking highly about somebody, and then you go back and you speak negatively. Like I can literally just pull the footage of you just saying this last week. So again, just my personal opinion, man. I guarantee you this NABJ or whatever, they probably never said anything positive about Stephen A. Smith. They were waiting for the opportunity to speak down or talk negative about him. Guys, listen, fellas, trust me on this, man. Trust me on this. Anybody, any girl that you are dealing with, if she is speaking highly about you, the chance of her talking negative about you are slim to none. But if the shoe is on the opposite foot, then it's a good chance. Whether it be a mom, whether it be a friend, whether it be an ex or whatever, they probably just trust me on that, man. Listen, because y'all know we talk about relationships, so I always like to bring that thing back home or bring that thing back full circle, because I think that most relationships, whether it's business or personal, can be looked at the exact same. Y'all got anything else y'all wanted to add before we get up out of here? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, that kind of do give me a little bit of understanding on why he is expressing it, his opinions and his thoughts about it a little bit more, because, it's pretty much where it all started, like he said. So, I mean, he's gonna, some people may take it to heart. Some people might just, brush it off their shoulders, because that's just the way that they handle things, either take it a little bit to heart or maybe not. So I can understand it all. And like you were saying with the whole, if they speak about you and if they in a
constantly speaking about you in a positive manner.
Yeah, they speaking about you in the positive manner. They always has, always will. And like you said, everyone is not perfect. So it might be some times where I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say speaking bad, but just like, opinionating on what that person may have done in that moment or in that second or may have said, but it's nothing
Now hear me out on while we on the topic, right? Say for instance, if you have, let's take it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have because I want to use business and personal, right? If you have a business that has constantly been online telling people about how great this person is when it comes to doing social media management, this guy has literally came in a year and has shifted and changed everything about our business. I'm talking about, we went from having one car in the parking lot to when, classes in session, the parking lot being packed. You know what I mean? And then again, on the opposite end, you have, let's just say for whatever reason that person decides to leave that company. How crazy would it be for that company to smear that person's name after 5-10 years of working with that person? They have nothing but positive things to say about them. It would sound crazy, right?
Yeah, it would.
Now let's take it to a relationship. If you have, this is going a young lady and a young man. This young lady, every time that guy does something for her, she champions it. Let me tell you something. My boyfriend, my husband, he took me out to dinner. You know what I mean? He made me feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. Every time he brings her flowers, he does this. He gives me foot rubs. When I tell you, this is by far the sweetest guy I have ever met in my life. When I tell you, I champion him from sun up to sundown. And they break up. And she writes some crazy post on her feed. Now, before she get that post out, she gonna think, man, I've been championing this guy this entire time. Why in the world would I smear dirt on his name after that? Wouldn't I look like a donkey? Like, I've said nothing but positive things. Why in the world would I put that out there? If anything, I would think most people, they would try to cover it up. Like, we just didn't see eye to eye. He was a great person or whatever. Most of the time when they're singing a tune for so long, they don't try to change that tune because they know how ridiculous they sound.
All right, yeah.
Am I cooking? Am I cooking? Am I cooking or am I cooking? Versus, again, if that company hasn't said anything about that person, or maybe they say something every now and again or whatever when they do something big, those companies, those people would be a lot more inclined to speak negative about that person, about that company or whatever behind their back versus somebody that's been championing them.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Fair point. Solid point. I mean, solid reasonings. Like, yeah, they would. You spelled it out. F looked like a FOOL. So never mind.
That boy, let me tell you something. That boy be cooking. This is one of the reasons, honestly, why I've been wanting to get back to like doing podcasts and stuff, man. Because I think that iron sharpens iron, and I think that the more time that I spend on, I don't know, just getting like my natural thoughts out. I don't know, man. I just feel like I get better. I get better with time. That boy like fine wine, man. For real, like fine wine. More time I spend in the gym, you know what I'm saying? The more time that I spend in front of the camera. Boy, you looking good. Boy, I can't call it. I can't call it. I don't know what it is, man. But yeah, I heard. Wait, let me see. Yeah. Because, so low. Yeah, I see the comment. Oh Lord. I don't know if they make them like that no more. Them, but the batteries sold separately. You got to get one of them from over in from another country. Men ain't rubbing feet no more. No, let me stop. Let me stop it. Oh Lord, man, oh man. Let me see. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Stop the screen record. Oh, dang, I didn't even realize we had comments up here. I just read the message. My bad. They've been on his they have been on his neck. Yeah, the media has definitely been on social. I mean, not on social, but on Stephen A's neck. I agree. What are the rest of these comments? I thought it didn't let me know. Oh, that's what those little chimes was. I thought it was freaking text messages. They were comments that was coming in. I kept looking, like I got one comment the first time I had a chime, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. So I was thinking that it was. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't agree with him, but I'm not going to cry about what he says. Yeah. I think that's another point that I'm normally making, man. Like, just because I don't necessarily agree with somebody, don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna cry about the things that they got to say. That's crazy. Well, anywho, man, let me see. What time is it? It's 9:45. We supposed to end this live stream 15 minutes ago. But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody that came through, that showed love. And all the comments, even though I didn't necessarily get a chance to read through them while they were going on, I apologize. But yeah, man, we're gonna try to come up with the day to start streaming on this, and it might be today. We might just start doing Saturday, doing it early, like around like 5:00. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until the next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. And this will be available on Spotify, Apple Music, and all the rest of the other podcasts as well. Go check it out, man, so y'all actually be able to listen to it live. Well, listen to it after the fact. Peace.